Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Railgan and NjNj on Honorgrounds, the latter edition. In the top left side of the map, we have the GM Zerg player. It is Railgan, representing Argon, which I assume is himself. And in the top right side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player, NjNj. Gonna call him Nj, maybe? Nj from now on. That might be a little bit easier than NjNj. Just doesn't flow very well. Yes, hey, I'm back from vacation. This is my first cast from being back from vacation. It was very, very excellent. We laid around some, watched World of Gumball a little bit, hiked a bit, got to look at dinosaur bones a little bit, went to Moab, Utah, which is in the southern part of the state. I'm from the northern part of the state, about 4.5 hours away. Maybe 3.5 to 4, maybe 3.5 to 4 hours away, depending on how you drive and how many kids you have with you. It was a really, really good time. I need to post some pictures from that. Maybe I'll do so on Facebook. If you're not following me on Facebook at facebook.com/FalconPaladin, maybe you should, because I post highlights and interesting stuff and memes and all that really, really great stuff the internet has to offer. But that is it for now. All right, so here we go. Here we go. Looks like a hatch first out of Railgun into a pool, into an extractor off of him. And it's a gate first out of Nj. Nothing too crazy there. Has an assimilator up. Looks like we might go. There we go for the expansion. Oh, wait. Cancels it. Did he misplace that? He might have misplaced that a little bit and had to replant it. Nj, that hurts. That hurts a little bit, man. But he got it up. He got it up in the safe location. Here on Honorgrounds, nobody can really bother this. At least the Zerg can't bother it once this wall at the front is done. It's a little bit of a wider ramp than usual, but really not a problem for Protoss players to wall off at all. At all. In other news, there's a new patch for StarCraft Brood War coming. Like, since the first one since 2009? Good heavens. Good heavens to Betsy on that one. They do have a test version of that, like a private test realm option. Is it Realm? That's what they call it in Warcraft, like a private test something or other for StarCraft Brood War. Man, has his workers here early on this assimilator before it even finishes, but I guess it gets there on time, even though they're only 2 out of 3 here for Nj anyway. Anyway, the point is, I went ahead and downloaded the private test version of it to see if I could actually load replays without having them crash my Brood War every 2 to like 7 minutes, which was just, it was impossible. I had to stop casting Brood War, obviously, because of that. So I'd love to cast more, so I went ahead, I downloaded it, I ran it as administrator as they suggested on my Windows 10. They said Windows 10 is actually supported right now, as Nj tries to block this third base attempt by Railgun, but there's a Ling here and 3 Lings chasing home. I don't think Railgun necessarily cares about that. Anyway, I went to run it, and it just wouldn't even load. It just straight up crashed on me. So I don't know, I'm trying to figure that out, but part of me is like, I'm just going to wait till the official 1.18 patch is released, which should be fairly soon. It should be before the remastered version of Brood War is out. Nicely done with that Adept, by the way. Adept killing a couple Lings there. And 1 Ling trying to knock down this pylon still. Is anybody going to come to shut that down? No, nobody's going to shut that down at all, but it looked like some Ling drop action out of Railgun. So bottom line, you're not going to see Brood War for a little bit, at least until 1.18 is released. Hopefully remastered should just be solid and allow me to do this on Windows 10 without any problems. Very, very definitely excited for that one. In other news, yesterday, which, let's see, I'm casting this on April 2nd. So yesterday is April 1st. And I'm just kind of browsing around a little bit here. Got home late last night and looking, and it's like the Rick and Morty Facebook page is like, what up? New episode, everyone. And I'm like, are you... It's April Fool's Day, you jerks. Why? Oh, there's an Oracle here, too. Should we name this Oracle? Let's name this Oracle. This Oracle is... Oh, wait. Did I already do that one? I might have already done that one. Morella. I did Lady Morella already, didn't I? I did. I'm all over the place in this cast, you guys. Well, either way, Railgun gonna try to drop these Lings here, but there's an Oracle who can just chew them up so deliciously. I mean, it's not even... Yeah, look at this. Like, the Lings kind of try to do stuff, but no, all 3 of them just get immediately eaten there by our Oracle, who's actually not going out. It's just playing base defense. I like this. I really, really like this. Oh, a Void Ray 2 to kill the Overlord? Oh! Oh, no! Overlord dies to the Void Ray. That went really poorly for Railgun. 11 Lings and an Overlord killed for nothing. For free, basically. Good greavies. Listen, how many Oracles are there? Are there 2? Nope, just the 1. Alright, just the 1. So we're going to go ahead and name this Oracle, because I have to scroll down. is NjNj. It's a character from Gene Roddenberry's Andromeda. She is attempting to stop the Spirit of the Abyss, who is puppeting Amon and by extension the Zerg and destroying the universe. Well, didn't go very well there for NjNj. Got shot at a bunch of times by Queens. Is down to 16 hit points. Got a nice scout off though. Did see some things. Let's see. What did you see here? Oh, got a revelation off. That's even better. Okay. Oh, does that actually see? Oh, does see the early infestation pit here, and does see the pathogen glands upgrade from a Railgan as well. So, all right. So nicely done by NjNj so far. Anyway, point being, back to the story. Rick and Morty post on Facebook. They have a new episode, and I'm like, it's April Fool. The first comments are like, in bird culture, that is considered a dick move. Yes, absolutely it is. And everyone was so mad. But it turns out it really was. They really did release a new Rick and Morty episode. Like, basically, Season 3, Episode 1, as these lings roll into the third base and try to kill some stuff. I don't know, get inside the main. No, good warping. Good warping by Eng, not allowing that to happen. So far, everything Railgan has tried has pretty much been completely shut down to this point. He does have 3 bases. He is up 55 to 51 harvesters, but gee williker, it's not going super well for the Zerg. So yeah, it's a straight up new episode. It was on Adult Swim all that night until like midnight Eastern time, which is Cartoon Network. I believe it should be on demand at some point as well. That doesn't mean that Season 3 is starting now. I think they're going to do the rest of the episodes towards the summer a little bit. But it was amazing. It was like the best surprise on earth to see new Rick and Morty, and it was good. It was good Rick and Morty. It wasn't terrible as NjNj gets shot down after tossing down a revelation the Queens took exception to. Swarm hosts are out for Railgun. We've seen this. We've seen this from Railgun. Ooh, let's see. He did it against Geralt last week, and let's just say it didn't go super duper well. Go watch that one if you're interested in seeing more Swarm host gameplay. Railgun versus Geralt. So tossing down a 4th base now is Railgun CS. Rick and Morty is back. Brood War Remastered is on its way. I still can't cast Brood War replays. Void Ray says, you Swarm host, get out of here. Oh man, on the creep they do manage to escape. One's killed, but the Locusts drop themselves here into this natural base of Eng and kill very little, like incredibly little. Great force field action from Eng here though with the photon overcharge on the pylon. Okay, resources lost at this point is 775 for the Zerg and 900 for the Protoss. What the heck, 900? Oh, I guess the Void Ray died and the Oracle died. That's pretty expensive. That's pretty expensive stuff. All right. Makes a lot of sense here. Gonna drop some more Locusts and fly them on over here into the natural base of Eng. And here we go. Delicious probe. Yeah, these probes aren't running very well. There we go. Now they're escaping for their lives. 4 of them are dead. You know what? This natural base just might be toast. Can he save it before the expiration of the Locusts? It's so close. Oh, so close. 2 more seconds and it would have survived. Immediately replanted by Eng. A 4th base coming up here by Eng as well, is not being super distracted here, but another wave of Locusts comes in. This is actually pretty good out of Railgun. Just in continued waves of Locusts hopping over this wall from his own 4th base all the way to the natural base of NJ. Not too far, but the hopping ability of the Locust really helps here. This is kind of what... Right, they nerfed Locusts a little bit, made them easier to shoot down on their way over, but giving them the hopping ability was kind of the Blizzard's way of apologizing to Zerg for making them different. And so here we go. Again, forcing a cancel on the natural base. I don't think this natural base can be saved. All right, so NJ does have Immortals. Immortals are incredible against Swarm Hosts, as Swarm Hosts are armored units. They take a ton of damage from them. Here come a bunch of Lings and a bunch of Banelings by Railgun. I love this supplement of Lings and Banes, though. Banes for the Zealots, Lings for the Immortals here. The Archons are always a problem for Zerg, but here we go. Another swarm. Banelings trying to roll in. Great force fielding, keeping a lot of those Banelings out, but they're slipping around the back ways anywhere. Exploding on Archons, not where they want to explode. Not the best Banelings I've ever seen in ZVP, but killing a ton of probes up there. Oh, in that 3rd base. Just a massacre. But does manage to hold the Zerg player off there and manages to pull it off. Wow, Archon, 8 kills, 5 kills, 9 kills. Immortals with 2 kills, 9 kills on that Immortal. 156 to 101 total supply, though. Railgun is up in supply very, very nicely. He's got his Banelings with +2 attack, which means they do one-shot probes, which is good for harassment, not so much good for straight-up attacks. Unfortunately for Eng, he's lost 30 probes right now, which is pretty much what he lost at the natural base and here at the 3rd base, with those Banelings walking anyway. Railgan's 5th base is directly under assault here. There are Zealots, there are Archons and Immortals, and everybody is ending up completely dead. Not even close. Locusts swarming into what's left of the natural base. Gonna go ahead and actually deny that +2 weapons ground upgrade for Nj, but coming in here is Nj. Lings, Banelings rolling in. Locusts dropping from the top, and there's the recall back home. That was going super poorly, and bam, Nj leaves the game. Yeah, he recognizes there was just too much stuff there, too many swarm hosts on the field. How many is that? Is that actually? That's 17 swarm hosts at the end of the game, 6 Hydras. It was 60 workers to 38 for Nj, and he didn't have enough. He didn't have enough after losing that natural base. Big deal. He did kill the 5th. I loved killing the 5th, especially since it was a gold of Railguns, but it wasn't enough. Wasn't enough. All right, so this is going to be a sneaky twofer. We're going to come back with another Railgun game here as part of our sneaky twofer on this Thursday. I think it's Thursday, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Railgun twofer from Falcon Paladin. This is going to be a game between Railgun and Barcode on Cactus Valley, the latter edition. In the top left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is Railgun. And in the bottom right side of the map, we have the blue Terran player. It is Barcode. Did I call him? My brain do this. The red Zerg player, Railgun. Did I do that? Did I say Terran? I honestly don't know, but this is the blue Terran player, Barcode, who's going by Barcode to be incredibly sneaky. Oh, also, I always forget to mention this, but Railgun has his own YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the top right here. Well, maybe probably in the description would be a better place for it at this point. But yeah, he does actually post different things, like explains how he does his swarm host builds, explains how he does little different things to try to change up the meta of StarCraft 2. Very interesting watch for sure, and this guy knows what he's talking about. He's GM. He's been GM for a long time in StarCraft 2, so for sure, give him a click, give him a subscribe if you want more StarCraft 2 content in your life, because who doesn't? Honestly, who doesn't anymore? Spawning pool first out of Railgun. Worried about that 3 Rax Reaper shenaniganry going on. And we'll see if that's what we get out of Barcode. No gas. Gasless opening, so no, definitely not that. Out of our Terran players, he's just going to go, yeah, he's going 1 Rax expand, not a Reaper expand, mind you. A 1 Rax expand, probably make a Marine out of the barracks just because you don't want to have nothing when those Zerglings show up, because the Zerglings will probably show up, especially since Railgun went pool first here. Can't argue with that sentiment. Yeah, so here goes, man, just constructing that on the low ground. Without a Reaper, mind you, without a Reaper either. If 4 Lings came in here, they could shut this thing down pretty darn quickly. It's a 2-player map, right? No, it's a 4-player map. 4-player map? That's natural. Yeah, this is a 4-player map. I've cast another 4-player on this map before. So yes, Lings could make it down here, but the problem is Railgun doesn't know exactly where his Terran friend is, and he's scouting the wrong directions, and he's not actually making any Zerglings anyway, so never mind. You may make your command center in peace, Mr. Barcode. Hatch just about to complete here for Railgun. His natural is almost done. Queen popping, boop, about the same time as the hatch does manage to finish. The timing is just a little bit off, and it always irks me. I want to be able to make queens. If I go hatch first, I want to make queens at the same time, so they pop at the same time in each of the hatcheries, but it doesn't quite match up. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. That's probably the case, is that I'm doing it wrong. Speed on the way for them Zerglings, of which, again, there are 2. There are 2 now. Where are they, though? Oh, here you are. Here you are, little Lings. Oh, you're so small in this map. Okay, so rolling into the base way too late. Marines say get out, and one manages to... Oh, almost survived. Didn't survive. Wanted to get inside that main base and do some scouting. It could have got some information. Could have seen the factory, could have seen the double refineries here now, but really nothing out of the ordinary, unfortunately. And that's a bunker at the front, which he saw, which means the Barcode is planning on playing pretty defensively here in the early game, which is good information to have if you're playing against a Terran. 100,000,000% creep spread happening here for the Railgun. He has enough for another creep tumor just now on that queen and is doing it. Going to try to spread down this cliff to a 3rd base he's planning on taking at some point. Some point right around the way. That's a lair on the way from our Zerg player. And Evolution Chamber coming up as well. Do we see any Ling drops possibly? He's trying to sneak an Overlord in, but not a great place for a Ling drop. He's usually want to drop those inside the main base, far away from where the army is, but dropping in the natural base where the army's at the front door just doesn't make a whole ton of sense, I wouldn't say. Hellions on the way for Barcode, about 3 minutes and 45 seconds, and these guys should start to be popping. Hellions, a good harassment unit, but they come a little bit later than Reapers, so we'll see how Barcode manages to do this. Oh, waiting for more even, waiting for 4 Hellions. Okay, so I prefer to deal with this with Lings, Speedlings on creep, just because they're faster. They can get a surround on the Hellions. If you get a little bit unlucky, it can go poorly for you, but it's better than Roaches. Roaches just spend all their time trying to chase down the Hellions. If you can back the Hellions into a corner in that situation, you're going to be okay, but it's just they don't want to stand and fight. They're running back and forth between the two bases, doing circles around your Roaches, which are just so darn slow. Blue Flame coming in as well for Barcode. Ooh, this could go very, very poorly. Hydralisk in on the way for Railgan. This guy refuses to play standard in StarCraft 2. Burning down a creep tumor. Was it canceled? Oh, it wasn't canceled by Railgan. The Hellions getting their first kill. Checking for a third base. They don't see that. Almost got another creep tumor, but nope. Managed to pop down there before it could die. And Barcode does not want to go any further in there. I understand queens. Oh, queens are also important. Queens and Lings are very dangerous to you as a Hellion pilot. Hellion driver? Hellion driver. We'll just call it a driver, but you got to get in and do stuff now. Actually, third base up here for Railgan along the right side. We're going to get a fourth base down here south. Fair enough. Lings running back home. Hellions checking. They do see the third base, about 60% complete. The Lings say there's nothing to kill there, so Hellions get out, and they do. And they do. They acquiesce very nicely. 5 Hydralisks on the way. Muscular Augments coming in, and a Raven. A Raven from Barcode. All right. Ravens are good. They're good. Ketrok. Ketrok has opened my eyes to this topic for sure. 100%. Spore Crawlers on the way in both of the mineral lines that are active right now, and making one at his third base as well for Railgun. Just worried about drops. I don't think he has any reason to suspect that Ravens are on the way. How did he scout that? Did he send an Overlord in? Must have sent an Overlord in, I suppose. But yeah, all right. So he knows something's coming, whether it's a Banshee or a Raven, no idea, or a Battle Cruiser. But Spore Crawlers are going to be good. Did he see both? Oh, he saw both of the starports with Tech Labs. All right, so Blue Flame Hellions roasting a ton of stuff here. Whoa, the circling massacre here at the third base. Baneling's trying to explode as well. They do take a couple of Hellions out, Hellions out, but the Hydralisks chase them away. I don't know, man. Blue Flame Hellion pretty good. Time for Hellbat Transformation. Let's do this thing. Hellbat Transformation, get in there and take those Hydralisks out. You can do it. 3? What? We have 3 Ravens on the way as well. All right, so a PDD combined with this would be pretty good. Oh, why is he so tentative? I don't know. He's done so much damage already. 20 Lings and 2 drones have died. Clearing out creep tumors. The Hellions come to respond. There's an auto turret actually forcing back while he pushes off the creep tumors. Baneling's trying to hit as well. No, auto turret's taking them out for the most part. One does take out a Hellion, though. Baneling's more effective than I would have expected in the situation. The Hydras do have that speed off creep. They want to kill everything they can. They pick off a Marine and then decide to retreat on back home. So good job keeping this creep spread. No, not too crazy is what I would say. Harassing the third base was nice. Still no fourth base out of Railgun. Not sure what that story is all about. All right, so Hellions coming back in. There's a lot of Hellions. Are we officially meching at this point? There's a couple Marines, but I think we're officially meching. And these Hellions take down this hatchery with the Blue Flame. There are a lot of them. There are like 11 of these, and they're going to get it. They're going to force a cancel anyway here. There's the cancel, and the drone manages to survive, taking a lot of damage, though, down to 4 HP. But managed to get out of there. Third base is complete. Woo! Quick sneeze there, and Planetary Fortress is completing. What is happening? I don't have allergies. Never had allergies. Woo! Hellions picking up another creep tumor by this third base. Poor creep tumors, man. They just want to live in peace. All they want is to live. Auto turrets tossing down, killing that queen, killing creep tumors, killing eggs, killing overlords. Full evacuation of drones here on this third base. Are there enough Hellions and Roaches to do this thing? I still feel like a Hellbat transformation would be really good out of Barco. He has the ability to do it. I just don't know why. I guess he doesn't. I don't know. I guess he doesn't have the medevac count, right? The medevac can heal those Hellbats. They can't heal Hellions, so why bother getting Hellbats? Seriously, Creep Tumor Massacre. 14 Creep Tumors dead in the first 8 minutes of this game. A bit of a battle here with the Hydralisks and the Hellions. And again, the Hydras are getting roasted alive here. Auto turrets helping against the small number of Roaches that are at this point. Railgun going for 9 Roaches. There we go. There's the Hellbat. transformation, he decides it is time. It is time to go for it here. Raven count looking very nice as well. 5 of them, 3 more on the way. And no, picking off a couple of those Ravens, though. Hydralisks, good job with that range, man. Good job with the range, changing back into Hellions, and the Barcode decides it is time to retreat here. So he's kept some pretty good pressure up on the Zerg player to this point, getting a 4th base just now completing of his own to the left of the natural. 4th base for Railgan is complete after having been replanted after being canceled previously. But yeah, pretty much going with the mass Ravens here is Mr. Barcode. Huh. Alright, so a couple of Hellions trying to join the group, go to the wrong side of town and get eaten alive. Hellions trying to take down a completed hatch, a much more difficult position. Also, there's a Banshee here. At the same time, auto turrets thrown down, forcing everybody back. Actually standing in and fighting as Railgan. Goodbye, auto turrets. We don't care about you. You will expire soon anyway. He really wants to kill those Ravens. Is what Railgan wants to do. Can he pick off another one? No. Good job going over those rocks. I don't know if that was on purpose or not. Good job by Barcode. Finding little areas, little ways he can avoid dying. He can avoid dying, which is always a wonderful, wonderful experience. All right, Hydralisks and Ravagers and Roaches here. +2 armor's done for Railgan. What? +2 armor and +1 missile attack. No upgrades for these mech units for Barcode, but he's got tanks out now. Tanks are shoving those Roaches away. Yeah, Roaches take so much damage from tanks. 70 damage per shot, unupgraded. Mind you, Splash versus Armored. I mean, that's enough to 3-shot a Roach, even with these upgrades, I'm pretty sure. Spire on the way for Railgun. I would not probably announce a Spine Crawler at this stage of the game, just unless there were a bunch of them. Neural Parasite. Neural Parasite on the way for Railgun. All right, I'm on board with this. And trying to come along the right side are these Hellions, getting met by Hydralisks and Roaches. Nope, you cannot attack that right side. Barcode, we're not going to allow it. Possibly coming up this middle side would be good. But there are Lings, there are Banelings, and the Lings get there first and get immediately roasted. Roasty toasty alive. Oh, there's the Fungal, though. Oh, no, the Fungal catches the Hellions, and they're all dead. That's it. Fungals are game changers, man. 100% game changers. That just took the Hellion count up or down from, like, 8 to 3. So not fantastic. Not good at all. Bunch of tanks here defending this 3rd base. There are 7 tanks now. Your devotion to tanks is most admirable. Barcode player, 77 to 72 total supply on that. Harvester count is Railgan. He's got that lead, 172 to 144 as well overall, but I don't know. Spire on the way, Ultralisk Cavern on the way as well. It is officially a meching Terran. We'll see how this works out. We'll see how this goes today. Trying to sneak along this left side. We got Roaches, we got Hydras, we got Banelings and Infestors and Lings. So many things going to try to attack into this 4th base, and there's a Planetary Fortress and a tank here, though. I don't know about this. Tank getting Corrosive Biled in the face, up to 7 kills already. Does get Corrosive Biled to death. Planetary Fortress is being repaired while attacking. Fungals being thrown down on these Ravens. Ooh, killing 2 Ravens with 1 Fungal. Liberators here at the same time, and this is all going to force Railgan to retreat. Banshee sets up shop here at the 3rd base of the Railgan and absolutely going to town on these drones. Actually takes 3 shots from a Banshee to take down a drone, and they have +2 armor. I did not know that. If you want to keep your drones alive a little bit longer, get that +2 armor upgrade. Sponsored by Railgan. Alright, so army for Railgan, pretty much the same. Got Ravagers, Lings, Hydras, Infestors here. I just love the burrowed Infestor play. 4 Infestors on the ground. Greater Spire on the way. Lings trying to pick off these missile turrets at the front of this 3rd base. Rolling in to this Planetary Fortress with Hydras and Lings and Ravagers. I don't know about this. Fungals on top of the Liberators. Fungals on top of the tanks. Crucibile's landing extremely well. Railgan kind of throwing his army away here, but taking a lot of stuff with him. Why are you... What? Okay, trying to get out of the range of something, but just ended up getting killed there instead. Resources lost here. 13,000 lost for the Zerg player, and about 10, maybe 11 lost for the Terran. So pretty even to this point, but more tanks on the way. This Greater Spire is pretty much where you want to go. Where you want to go if you're Railgan, because the tank count is at 8, and they have +1 attack. They're working on +2 attack now, +1 vehicle and ship plating at the same time. Some Lings rolling into this 4th base and taking down a missile turret. which is fine, but they can't do anything about the planetary fortress. Here we go, setting up at Railgan's attempt at a 5th base here along this right side. Liberators, Cyclones, tanks, Corruptors, not really finding much to do, unfortunately, and the 5th base does end up dead. 6th base attempt from Railgun along this right side. I don't think Barcode sees it, or he probably would have taken it out. So going to be Corruptors here versus Liberators. Not a great fight for Liberators, as it turns out, but Barcode pushing in here anyway with his tanks and his Hellions. Some Banelings trying to come in. No, not doing super well, unfortunately. Extractor dies here at the 3rd base. Ultralisks are popping just in time for Railgun, though. Ultras and Hydras are a potent combination against Terran. Liberators setting up shop, but Corruptors getting rid of the Liberators as quickly as they arrive. And that is an absolutely smash. Absolutely smash. It was an absolute smash by Railgun there. Barcode loses a ton of stuff. Resources lost. Now about 15,000, 16,000 lost to the Terran compared to about 16 for the Zerg. So you can see how that battle went so darn well for Railgun. Corruptors were key. Ultralisks popping out pretty much at the last possible second there. It was not looking good. It was not looking good at all. We have a small Hellion harassment here at the 4th base of Railgun, but Hydras cleaned that one out pretty darn well. For 5th base, up and running very happily for Barcode along this left side and the bottom planetary fortress upgrade about 2 seconds from completing. And here comes our Hydralisk, Ultralisk army. Little rusty today, you guys. It's been about a week since I've cast anything, so bear with me. 157 to 145 total supply in favor of Railgun, but it's not a huge number by any means. Thor's trying to kill those Corruptors, doing pretty well for themselves, I would say. Picking off a Liberator anyway, though. The Corruptors are just cheeky enough to make that happen. Replacing his 5th base is Railgun. 6th base happily up and running. Not going for the gas, which is what I like to do at this stage. There we go. Now get his extractors. Yeah, I like to have those extractors around because late stage, look at all this gas. Hydras are a lot of gas. Ultras, Corruptors, a lot of gas. Broodlords, tons of gas. I mean, Overseers, gas, everything. It's so much Vespene gas. All right, setting up. It's a really hodgepodge group here for Railgun. He has 4 Broodlords, 5 Corruptors, an Ultralisk, and like a page full of Hydras here. So he's going to try to set up siege from range, trying to pick off these missile turrets first of all. Liberators having a field day with the Broodlings. They can kill them. As a Hunter Seeker comes in, gets a shot off on another Broodlord. Does not kill them, though. Takes more than one to do that. Hellions roasted everything up at Railgun's 4th base. Liberator shows up at Railgun's 6th base at the same time, but the front is broken for Barcode. He's in a lot of trouble now. Ultralisk leading the charge. Only has 1 kill, but is here pretty much to strike fear into the Terran army. We've got Hydras. We have Broodlords and the Corruptors. Corruptors flying in, trying to see what they can kill first of all. And they are going to try to kill the Ravens first. They get one of them. The other one does manage to just barely escape. Tanks, whoa, coming across the map and killing the 6th base of Railgun. Is this turning into a base race, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know. Somehow, yes, the Barcode is definitely under siege right now. I don't know if he's dead. But if this 6th and 5th base of Railgun die, he is in a whole heap of trouble right now. Hydra's trying to deal with tanks and Thors. Never the greatest situation for them. +2 is done for these tanks and the Thors. The 5th base and the 4th base the 6th base rather, are gone. They are gone for Railgun, but the 3rd base toast as well for Barcode, so people are losing stuff here, mind you. What are these? Command centers along the right side for Barcode. I'm not sure if those are supposed to be planetaries or what, but they're just regular command centers now. Here we go, Thors and tanks versus Hydras, and again, this is not a great place to be if you are those Hydras. Coming back to defend, though, is Railgun. Can he do it? Tank trying to set up in siege mode to assist here, but gets 1 shot off before he's killed. Thor completely surrounded, and Railgun does manage to successfully defend, but he did lose, again, 2 very, very important bases to the cause right now. He does still have mining operations at his 3rd and at his 4th base, which is great, but it's 30 to 38 harvesters. We've lost 51 drones, and how many SCVs? Where am I dead SCV count? I'm so blind. 40 dead SCVs. Railgun decides, you know what? It's going to be time to attack here. Hydras and Ultras showing up between the 4th base and the 5th base of Barcode. Going for the 5th base first, changing his mind, pulling back a little bit, maybe waiting. Oh no, the Broodlords got caught out of position. No, the Vikings found the Broodlords, killing 2 of them pretty easily, then forced away by the Hydras. But still, 2 Broodlords, better than 0, I suppose. Banelings exploding all over the SCVs, trying to repair this 5th base planetary fortress. There's only 2 of them left. They're dead now. Their base is now dead. Excellent job Excellent job there with the Banelings, making sure that was going to be a really hard repair for those SCVs because they were dead. Replacing his 5th base is Railgan, marching in here to the 4th base of Barcode. Vikings in the sky trying to pick off those Broodlords before anything else can go wrong. And yes, they get them. They get the Broodlords and they get the Corruptor here. So now we've got a bunch of takes and a Thor. And Railgun's forced to retreat as all he has right now is pure Hydralisk. Yes, they have +3/+2, but man, taking those shots from... Those tank shots hurt really, really bad. Hellions trying to sneak up, trying to see did Railgun replace those bases that I killed. I'm pretty sure he did. This is GM level. You pretty much have to expect that's something that happened here. And yep, hello drones. Good day drones, getting all roasty toasty alive here, and that is a lot of dead stuff. Cactus catches on fire. Have I seen that yet? I've seen trees catch on fire from Hellions, but not cactus. Hydras are what remains, and blue flame Hellions with +2 attack, pretty good against Hydras. Full retreat from the 3rd base by Railgun. I don't think this is going very well for our Zerg player at all. Don't line them up. Try to split them out. Try to split out the drones. No. No. The burrow. There's the burrow. There's the scan. Hydra. There might be enough Hydras to get rid of these Hellions, but Hellions are running. They are faster. They're actually faster than Hydras. 595 move speed compared to a 5-something for the Hydras on creep even. So a couple Hydras trying to deal with them. No. Not enough. Where'd the rest of those Hydras go? They came down to defend. Oh, they came down to defend this 4th base. High ground harassment out of Barcode. Now 78 drones have died. 58 SCVs have been killed. And somehow Railgun's down to 27 harvesters. Barcode is down to 32 himself. Trying to replant his 5th base. He's throwing a command center over there. Replanting. Did he? He didn't. Did he not? He didn't lose his 4th. He's never lost his 4th. 3rd base is back as well, though, here. So Barcode pushing up with his tanks. I don't know. Railgun's very mineral starved. He has 100 minerals remaining. There's a single Ultra and a handful of Hydras with a couple of Roaches here being chased by Tank Hellion right now. And no, obviously, the Hellions are not good against the Ultralisk, but pretty good against Hydras, as you just saw right there. I think the tanks in single target mode would probably do just fine against this single Ultra. Don't even bother going into siege. Why are you going into siege mode? Why are you so worried about that? I think he's got it. I think he focuses down the Ultra with the tank. Oh, never mind. The tank wandered into siege mode. That worked out. Worked out pretty well for you there. Barcode 84 to 112 total supply. Railgun is down in that number here. 5th base, come on. 5th base is up and running. It is harvesting. This might be the only. 4th base is actually not doing too poorly either for Monsieur Railgun, but he just can't get in here. He's got Ravagers, he's got Hydras, but it's just the tanks are too far away. More roasting up of a drone there. Tanks trying to land. Queen's getting a little bit overextended here, transfusing themselves until they die. And here we go. Corrosive Biles landing, killing the Liberator, killing a tank, but is it going to be enough? Just walking right into this. Oh, tanks, not tanks, Vikings on the ground assisting with this attack here as well, losing a lot of stuff. Vipers trying to defend at the same time. Railgun's down to 54 total supply, 26 drones. I think he's just straight up going to lose this 5th base once again. Corrosive Bile does land on a tank, but yes, that's it. A GG from Railgun. Railgun is defeated and Barcode is victorious. Oh. Holy schnectities. That was a good one. That was a good ZVT. Meching Terran beats, again, kind of unorthodox Zerg. But against Mech, is there really like an orthodox way to do this? Well, it requires a lot, is what it does. So, I mean, let's take a look at this here. Resources lost 37,000 for the Zerg player, 38,000 for the Terran, 85 drones, and 50 SCVs lost their lives in this game. Whew, let's see. Where are my Hydra? What was my Hydralisk death count? 87 Hydras killed in this game. 94 Hellions died, 21 tanks, 17 Liberators. That's a lot more Liberators than I thought, and 15 Ravens. 15 Ravens died as well. So fantastic little twofer from Railgun there. Really good ZVT at the end. Really good for sure. But that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.